Welcome to the demo dive, where I live stream myself digging through Steam's demo tag to sort the trash from the treasure. I am CB, and I need more weekend. Most of it was spent on D&D, chores, and unsuccessful attempts to pay off my sleep debt. Still, the D&D went well. While I did not have as successful a time on Saturday's excursion, as the time I successfully seared the party, as they keep putting it, I did throw Barney the big flaming octopus from Monster Hunter Wilds at my main party, and that was an event. I swear, even with Star Wars Zero Company coming out on Thursday, I plan on spending at least some time weekly in Monster Hunter Wilds, just for A, more time to hang around with my Russian Red Squirrel hype man, and B, for more monsters to stat and throw at the party. I already have a few ideas from this evening. So I have done my monster hunting, and now it's time for the demo dive. I'll be looking at The Swamp Daughter by Bicho Raro Games. This one is apparently a 2.5D investigative puzzle thing, as well as an interactive story. And the overall vibe from a mechanical perspective is the kind of thing I got with By Sweet Carol or The Red Deer Inn or Cabernet. Hopefully, there'll be a little less in the way of stealth sequences to trip me up, because I like a good post apocalyptic story, especially one in which something like Immortan Joe is a bit less the default. So let's have a look and see where this will end up on my wish list, shall we? Sit in comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin. Oh, there's a book, apparently. Have to look into that at some point. Her search begins where the world ends. Interesting tagline. Off we go.
Surubí, casuarinas, azaleas, sudestada, huerta colectiva. Todo eso existía y tenía sentido para la gente. Después vino el halo y trajo lo que trajo.
The Halo.
Me pregunto cuántos de nosotros buscamos brotes nuevos abajo de este cielo de ceniza.
What the hell?
No podemos ser tan pocos.
Are you ready? Let's go. Let's get to work before the tide rises. See if you can find something useful while I fix the boat's camouflage. The boat's camouflage? A walking stick? A flute? I'm not sure what I'll use this reed for. Rotting mussels. At least the flies will have a feast. Jesus Christ, what the hell? I've never seen a fish alive. There were so many. What's going on with all these cables? There might be no electricity, but a cable always comes in handy. We found some supplies, now I just need something to repair. They're my treasures. Well, they belong to some other people I never met. I recovered them. I'm sure they'd like to know that someone is taking care of them. Finding something to listen to. I don't actually have anything to repair that I'm aware of. Plants, memories. Okay. I guess I can't go out that way. So no further. And no way up. Alright. Thank you. Ah, okay, we can go around that way. Oof, it's so heavy. Of course, it doesn't help that we're standing on it. What? Why is this? What's this statue? It looks like a jaguarete. A sad one. The conquerors confused them with tigers. That's why this region is called Tigre. Okay, apparently no further. I'll find use for it. Yeah, okay. It's cute, but I'm almost 13. I'm kind of too old for that now. Mom is busy with the camouflage. Camouflage. How I love that word. Okay. So there must still be something to find if I can get up. Maybe if I go back in there. Anything else to interact with? Maybe? Yes? No? No, apparently no. The stairs are broken. It's a shame. I'm sure there's something useful up there. Okay. Nothing to dig about. Oh, there you are. It's going to be tough to get up there, Mom. Let me think. Give me a hand. We can try to make a bridge with this. I had a feeling that'd be useful at some point. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Press Q repeatedly. Nope. Ah, there we go. We're exposed here. I'll keep watch. Go see if there's any fuel left in the pumps. Grab it with the spoon and drop it in the can. When the water level was higher, the boats would come here to fill up on gas. Yep. Ah, I can't move it. The spoon's not enough. The hole's too deep. Hope there's some fuel left in the hole. How am I supposed to do this exactly? Time to start scratching at those walls. Ah, see? Yeah! Good. Now let me do it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or gives you the shits in my experience. Skirt mushroom. Doesn't it look like it has a skirt? And a smile. I know they're just curves. Nature can be quite funny sometimes. Found in the abandoned station. Give it a taste? What? Just a little bit. I don't want to poison myself and die. Oh, I feel... Which way? This... Oh. Well, that was strange. A mild intoxication? I'm just going to jot something down in my diary about this. Uh, Yeah, it tastes like something very ancient, like a very old book with the flavor of something new. I felt something strange. I have to keep trying it in small doses in case it's toxic. I hope it's nutritive, but we'll have to wait for sure. Anything else of particular interest? And I can't go much further than there. And still can't move it. Okay. It's drier back home. Acid rain, fires, there's no food left. People say the islands to the west are better off. That's where we're headed. Okay. Protect your engine with passion and experience. Julia! Yes? How's it coming? Let's hurry. We don't want to be here when the sun goes down. Mom, this thing the oil sign says, passion protects your motor. Isn't passion when you fall in love? Passion is... it's when... Well, what are some things you like a lot? Yeah, how things work in... no. I like planting seeds and seeing what grows out of them. They were very good at surviving the halo. We need them to eat. You're passionate about a lot of things. Reading and planting seeds are a waste of time, though. Almost everything is dead except us. You're almost old enough to learn how to hunt. Are you ready for that? I don't know. Hunting could be useful, but I feel sorry for the animals. There's so few of them left. It would be better if we could live off of agriculture, but it's hard to care for plants if we're always moving. You need to be ready for anything, Julia, whether you like it or not. Those gas pumps. Someone doesn't want us to go in there. Why? Are they hiding something valuable in there? See if there's anything useful inside. Hurry up before the halo is here. How do we know that the halo is still bad for us? We didn't have that strange purple light back then, and things were much better. So many got sick after it showed up. People, animals, plants. You know that. Better not to take any chances. Now go. I'm going to get as much fuel as I can. There's still more down there. Take it, just in case. You already know how to use it. You always carry it. Take it, Julia, and don't let it go off. We don't want to draw any attention to ourselves. Now, clearly somebody's been here. Aw. What the hell? Wait a moment, let's see here. While I was fishing, yellow birds flew over me. Were there any other colors? I don't know. I was distracted looking at the... Oh, I see. She doesn't have any memories of what happened before. If only I could talk to these people instead of imagining what they're saying. There must be people like us somewhere. Oh, what I would give to try a soda. The water here always tastes like mud. Hot water came out of this thing from mate, a bitter drink made from dry leaves. I was told it was addictive. Almost everyone drank it. Mom loved it. I'd like to find those leaves so I could surprise her. I wonder if it has any charge left. Before going in there, I should see if I can find something else. Okay. Oh. It looks like a lot of people came through here. There's still some old campfires. Finally, now I can listen to a cassette. Thanks to the sun, this Walkman still works. Now I have something to try it with.
Esta canción de cuna me la cantaba mi mamá. Y a ella su mamá. La dejo para quien la necesite. Luna, lunita, reina de mi puna. Luna, lunita, baja pa' mi cuna. Vamos de la mano por aquellos cerros donde vive el sueño.
A song is like a gift that floats in the air. I've never heard Mom sing. Did capybaras drink mate? Mom says I ask very stupid questions. It's difficult not to when I don't know anything about what the world used to be like. Back then, people worked their whole lives to get these. Now the only currencies worth anything are food, water, and clothes. I don't want to use it in case I lose it. I'd like to have someone to gift it to. Yep. Fish. Bird. Yes, that one I can't. No lights. Huh. I know it doesn't work. Why do I keep touching it? The electricity went out right before I was born. I'm gonna search the place before I... Oh. A family? A group of friends? If I die, I want someone to cover me like this. But there's something to saying goodbye and keeping memories alive. Okay, let's try it. Okay. Ah. Yeah, let's see if I can find a frequency. The wrath of God shall consume you? Jesus. Well, probably not a good thing when... Walkie-talkie found a frequency. There's more than one. They left footprints in the canal. Savages? No, they're wearing boots. Could it be the gang? They're too close. I don't like this at all. We gotta set up more alarms here. Please, come back quickly. Julia! My God, Julia, get out of there! There's people coming! Well, that was a whole hell of a lot shorter than I was expecting. This happens. This happens so often. Yeah, the very first thing I'm gonna do is deal with you. Viewership tampering. And block you. Well, as a puzzle game, it severely rocked. I enjoyed it a lot. It's just another one of those situations where the demo was so short for a stream. That's just unfortunate, both in the I want to know what happened next thing and also the but I was streaming thing. I really need to set up more than one, but then again, I have to be back at work tomorrow, so maybe it's just as well. Still, um, the movement, obviously a little janky. 2.5D does tend to get like that, probably especially with keyboard and mouse. Maybe that's one I can actually test the console controls on. Uh, may as well start at least trying to get used to it, but probably more when hands, wrists, particularly right arm, are feeling a little bit better. I mean, I want to know what the hell kind of apocalypse has landed because this seems to be coming in like multiple parts, and obviously some ecological disaster has happened, but there seems to be big differences in groups of people. Like you've got Julia and her mother are trying to make their way someplace better. You've apparently got savages. Why are they savage? Did they just like is it just a natural response to your entire world collapsing, or did the halo do something to them? What exactly is the halo? What happened to it? What happened to cause it? Um, was it a man-made thing? Are we talking spooks or aliens or both? I'm assuming we can have both. Uh, there is the whole one about any sufficiently advanced technology can be mistaken for magic. So, yeah. And again, like, why? Also, I wonder what time frame we're in because a 13-year-old and we're still using Walkmans. And also, I wonder if it happened in other places because that, if memory serves me, was the Argentinian flag, I think. And of course, it's interesting. The if it's true that it was the Argentinian flag, that's kind of interesting because you'd think that. Well, then again, it's if it's actually straight up mainland Argentina, it's not as much of a thing as the Falklands. But if it did happen globally, I wonder what did happen to the Falklands. My brain goes to some very interesting places, especially when I'm just about old enough to remember Thatcher. Just about. Then again, the only reason I really know that much about her, from the point of view of she was a monster instead of she saved the British economy, which is what my mother believes for reasons I don't know. Is I was going to sleepaway camp at the time, and my camp counselor was older, and Newcastle. She was a Geordie. And she had things to say about Margaret Thatcher. And, while I figured that on one, I was at that point when I was figuring out my mother didn't know everything. And I figured probably somebody who actually lives there would know more about Margaret Thatcher than somebody on the other side of the Atlantic. Anyway, point being, we have unspecified disaster, which I wonder if we're going to hear anything about, or if it's just going to be the way one of the last zombie books I read was, it happened. Why doesn't matter. We're just carrying on regardless. But it'd be interesting to find out exactly what did happen and how widespread it is. But then again, if there's better areas, maybe it wasn't. Why those two are wandering around on their own? Were they really the only ones left of their community? So many questions, no answers. Mechanically slightly clunky, but manageable. Probably something more you have to get used to than anything else. And too short. Far, far too short. But then again, probably the game itself isn't as long. It's something I never entirely considered until a friend of mine recommended a game that she was playing, and I said, it sounds neat. It'd be great if there was a demo. And she was like, there's probably not enough game for there to be a demo. And I guess this is what happens when you try to give a game that's too short a demo, because going anywhere beyond 20 minutes just smacks of spoilers. Still, I really need to think of contingencies for these. Still, fun, interesting, and definitely a one that is going on the wish list. Uh, but it might be a while because of the other reason that there might be minimal story to give us in a demo, because the Swamp Daughter only has to be announced as its release date. So the demo is going to be around for quite a while if you wanted to download it and give it a shot. I mean, I doubt that you'll you will not experience anything different than I did, but sometimes the feel of playing a game can make or break your enjoyment, especially when the actual mechanics of moving around the world and interacting with things can be kind of clunky, like that repeatedly pushing certain buttons to move items situation that I don't know where they got that from, but it's kind of interesting. Interesting, but clunky and not overly intuitive. So, might be worth giving it a shot on that level. And, that feel of playing might alter your opinion of what the game is like. Because my opinion is not the be all and end all. We all know this. I say it repeatedly. For those who like a text based and digression free review, because that last really wasn't, that'll be up on my Ko-fi page shortly. Never a paywall. I do it for the love of the games, but maybe toss some folks in my general direction if you like what I do. I like the company. The review will have the embedded VOD, which will also be on YouTube to join my gallery of epic, ridiculous, and more than occasionally profane flail, in case you join late or just fancy coming back to it later. Yeah, that's not a conspiracy wall. That's leaving messages for loved ones, and one bit of conspiracy. Most of that was, you know, messages from family saying, "I will never stop looking for you. We miss you. We love you," kind of things. So it's people who lost people in this Halo thing. Anyway, getting back off the digression train, because I think my view of some of the chat might be getting a little slow. Anyway, tomorrow is going to be only Monster Hunter Wilds, if there is anything at all, because we're still being in a mess at my human coded day job and other people have lives. And Wednesday is going to be the last halfway scheduled Wilds jaunt for a while, as well as the regular demo dive. The last halfway scheduled Wilds jaunt is because Thursday is when Star Wars Zero Company comes out, and I'm going to be devoting a lot of myself to that one in particular. Uh, but the demo dive will continue as per normal. But for the sake of something low impact after potential monster hunting and definite human coded day job, the current plan is to check out the demo for a game called About Fishing, a fishing sim that's to gothic horror what Dredge is to Call of Cthulhu, from what little I can tell. Um, I've set up a new little panel below and on my About page when I'm not streaming, which gives a little more specific rundown of what can be expected throughout the week. It's a pretty good guideline, but as always, the demo for the demo dive is subject to change depending on whatever is giving my mess of a brain the dopamine at the moment. Still, whatever comes up should be fun one way or another, so I hope to see you there. Until then, or until next, have a good one.